fucking name.
Wait.
Come on, man.
If we get a guitar, I'll play a song for you.
Ready? All right. Good. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ricky Revamp, and I'm here on Tabbtv3, and I got some amazing guests with me today. But before we announce the guests, my co-host is
Brooklyn, the barber Brooklyn.
the barber Brooklyn in the
What's up?
house. All right, and we already had Gus, but I'm back, baby. Let them know.
Woo.
Gus, where you from? What? Talk to them. Tell them about the school, the name.
We're here in Barber Academy of Orlando.
Let's go.
With a bunch of great people.
Let's go,
That's
man.
too many to name, but thank you to everybody that came out.
Oh yeah.
And my boy Jesus. Without him, that's my right hand man.
Let's go, right hand man.
What's up, Jesus?
Listen, but thank you for what you do.
Yes.
You're a big key
Yes.
to success, brother. Don't forget that. That's awesome, bro. Honoring good people. And our other guest,
George Rubalcava from Babyless Pro, National Sales Director for the brand. I just want to thank Gus and everybody here tonight. We've got Don Cuts and DG. Just an amazing event. We like to support local talents and more so anything that, the evolution of barbering starts here.
wow.
And you guys are, Gus, we chatted for 5 minutes and I was like, wow, he's got it going on. And the barbershop's great. Everybody uses different tools. And for me, I work for Babyless, but it's all about what you like.
Right.
And I don't preach, hey, you got to buy my tools, but we do things different, and we make tools for the barbers. And I think for me, I've been working for this company almost 6 years now, and it's incredible the dynamics of where we started and where we're coming.
Right.
With the dual coil right now, 245, it's a great machine. Our blades, everything else, to just elevate that younger generation to understand that, you know what, it's not about making money, it's about making a life.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, dude, what an intro.
So that's where I'm at.
What do we say after that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna throw away all my old
It is what it is, man.
That's awesome.
For me, I'm very passionate. Dawn's one of those guys that's very passionate about what they do. You've seen DG. She's very humble. And if you guys, we'll be, I don't know the booth number, but we're in Orlando this weekend, and I've been coming to this show for 20-something years.
Premier Orlando. One of the best shows in the United States, I think so.
Probably beauty-wise, I would tell you there's no other.
Right.
It brings the esthetician, it brings the stylist, it brings the barber. Now it's bringing the barber a little bit more towards that element, because before it didn't.
Yeah.
It was all about the stylist.
Yep.
And it still dominates that, bro, because, we bring more Pro Tools than we do barbering. I mean, we brought 72 pieces of the dual coils. If they sell all, I'll be shocked. Because
they probably will.
I hope so, but that's we try to cater to that whole environment. And I tell you what, this show we've been graced by this show so much by the stylist.
Yeah.
This is how Orlando has been one of those elements for us. So we're excited.
I mean, Premier Orlando's again, for me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's probably one of my favorite shows. Like, I've been to other shows, and to me, one thing that you brought up, Premier Orlando has really focused on being a great crossover, right?
Right.
Not just cosmetology. They've brought in esthetician, nails, hair, I mean, barbering, makeup, the list goes on. And to have all of that in one building, it's really amazing to see the beauty industry as a whole. Like, it's dope.
I started in the nail industry, bro.
No way.
Oh, yeah, 20 years ago. My buddy Danny Hill, he invented the gels. And he brought me in the game and said, hey, let's get at it. And it was like shooting fish in a barrel. And kind of like what we did today with Babyless.
Right.
And that's why I came on to the company. Innovation strong, like things for people that they're in the industry and change their lives.
Right, that works.
But works in a sense to where ergonomics and longevity, man, that's like the big thing.
Big. That is big.
Big time.
Speaking of that, how has been, the development of Babyless, I think we can all, as barbers,
I
right?
mean, I have a Babyless in the shop.
I think everybody at least has something Babyless at this point.
I love it.
As to where maybe 10 years ago, I don't think a lot of us had Babyless anything. No. Right? And then now it seems like Babyliss has not only taken over, but the innovation that Babyliss has done with collaborations like with Tune 45, Frank the Barber had a featured clipper. I mean, that was so unheard of, unseen before. The dynamic was amazing. Where does Babyliss stand now? I mean, I feel like you guys have done so much, right? Are we just cooking?
No, it's a loaded question. Yeah, we're cooking. Dennis he's the creative director, and he's the one that really develops these tools. And again, he's a stylist, he's a barber. He's the guy that kind of like wants to put something in your hand. Does it feel good? Is it balanced?
Right.
Does it
make
work?
Sense? Yeah.
And a lot of these kids right now that it's a tough industry to come into barbering, because a lot of these kids think that it's just about making money, right? And having a toolbox of tools, right? And it's funny because for me, coming into this industry 5 years ago and saying, well, you know what, man, you don't even have to have like all those tools, but if you're going to have one,
have all the babies.
No. Well, listen, I don't talk. I don't talk crap about other brands, and I tell you what, I encourage it because it elevates us to another level to where we have to compete, right?
Yeah, that's dope.
JRL, Stylecraft, those guys used to work with us, Gamma and all these other brands. Wall, they're kind of coming back. When Anderson, Wall were the epic brands of the world, and you got to think about Oster. Oster was the one, that classic 79, whatever it was. 76ers, whatever. That tool was the one that really elevated everybody to get to that point.
Those things were the loudest.
And so, a classic example, and not to be ironic about conversations, but that dual coil motor is based off of that tool.
Wow.
Because, torque over RPMs. Everybody thinks you've got to have a lot of power to like speed,
right?
But speed will bog up. Dennis made this conversation about a Ferrari going through asphalt, right? You take a Ferrari and it just hauls ass through asphalt. But if you put that Ferrari through mud, what's going to happen? The wheels are just going to spin.
Dude, that's a great point.
Right? Wow. So torque is like one thing that we have developed, and sometimes the blade gets hot because you have too much power. But you have to compensate for that. And some of the things we've done, we made the removable head and, be able to clean it. And like for me, what I've always learned in this industry now, and especially even in the nail industry, is prep is like the most important thing in your career, right?
Right.
And taking care of your shit.
Yep.
Right? Sorry, are we on the...
No, you can say
good,
whatever. I mean,
Christian Channel, fucking A. Let's go.
There you go.
So,
let's go.
So, like... You got to take care of your stuff.
Yeah.
You're paying $329 for a tool, man. This is like, we were talking to some kids. I did the show in Anaheim a couple weeks ago with Jazzy.
Like Anaheim.
And there was a couple young kids that wanted to buy these tools. And he's like, man, I don't know. And I'm like,
yeah, it's a great.
I go, and I even went to the whole like Latino thing. I go, hey, mijo, listen, you gotta think about what you want to do in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you invest in something like us and this brand, I'm not going to make you. This isn't a Toyota. This is another level of your commitment.
Right.
That dollar amount that you're spending here, it's not going to be wasted because we don't make replacement parts, bro. We don't sell spare parts for our parts. You know what we do? We replace them because we believe that we know that they're going to last.
Wow, that's big.
And that's
what you get.
Yeah,
you actually do. But I mean, honestly, if you're looking at the youth of this society now, it's like, oh, now we're going into the español.
That's true. Así es la ley.
No, pero la inversión de tu negocio es lo que tú tienes que hacer con tu negocio.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Si tú inviertes en algo que tú quieres invertir en algo, es que algo te tiene que rendir en tu vida.
Yeah.
And for me, I would never do that to anybody. You got all these off brands now. There's a lot of white labels coming out.
Dude, there's so much.
No, it's sad because a lot of people, you understand it's a different industry now than it was when I started here about 5 years ago. So, and Gus, God bless you, man. I hope we can work with you a little bit more about educating these kids and them understanding. It doesn't matter if they use Stylecraft, JRL. You know what? God bless them all.
Yeah, it's all about understanding and knowing what the equipment brand that they're using and for what reason. You know, too close,
Too far.
too far. Yeah, just educating them in the tools.
Yeah.
You know, if they're using different machines, what machine is good for what kind of texture hair it is that they're
Right.
cutting.
See, one of the biggest things that I use, me being an owner of a barbershop, but a barber first, 'cause I always say I'm a barber first before I'm an owner, is the tools that I use. And my biggest thing is, can I cut the hair while it's wet? You know, and a lot of machines sometimes they can't. And the fact that you guys
Dude,
do
that's
have a
big.
machine that does cut while it's wet, because you know what that is for you to cut the top of the hair with the scissors and then have to blow dry in order to use the clippers again. It's like, but you guys actually have this technology where I can now cut with it wet or moist.
And
And to me-
and in real life scenarios, you might not have the time
Right.
to dry every single person out. So you're like, hey, I need the speed,
Right now.
and that's where those clippers come in.
Absolutely.
That's a great point, dude.
Well, I think that one thing too, me and Gus were talking about. A lot of these barbers are not learning how to use shears, man. And I think shear work is just so important.
You know,
because the different type, the hairstyles now, they're not like my haircut. They're the bobs now, and wall selling a 13, a 14 guard. It's like,
dude,
really?
it's coming back.
We started taking out. We took out the
Yeah.
7 and 8
Yeah.
because in
It
school you
doesn't
look
move.
clipper over comb. So it's like
Right.
you don't. And people got mad at us. Why are you taking that out? It's like, this is not the curriculum that the states are teaching. But
Dude, that's a great
No,
point.
it's true, because you know what? When I started working in a barbershop, I had this one customer that walked in. Mind you, the clipper guards usually go from half, if not 1 to 8. And I had a customer that walked into the shop and he pulled out a number 10 out of his pocket.
That's crazy.
And I was like, hey,
God
what is
bless
this?
him.
That's
God bless him. If he can use it, he doesn't want to use
I
shears.
never
Hey.
seen it before. I
Yeah.
said, what is that? He was like, this is so you can cut my hair. I said, I like this.
But now,
It's
hey,
huge.
Gus, if he comes to this academy, he's going to learn how to use shears, right, brother? Okay. God bless you for that. That's a trade that, you know what, it's funny because, I know we're running out of time, but
No, you're good.
there's a lot of stylists that are now coming into barbering. And they figured out, a cut and color, it takes 3.5 hours, right?
Yes.
And 3 hours or whatever. And they can get $300, $400, whatever they're. If I'm in LA, you can probably get $400 for a cut and color, right?
Right.
But in between that time, they can cut 5 guys and make $400.
Right.
And at the end of the day, men are a little easier than women.
Facts.
I'm just saying. I mean, and if you're smoking hot and you're a stylist that knows how to cut hair, the one reason I go back to my barber is because I know I like the way he cuts my hair.
Yeah.
And I always come out of there going, okay, I'm not going to go to a Supercuts and just get the one and
Right,
done.
right.
But I'm going to go back to him because he knows how to treat my hair, and knows my head style, because the apex of the head's like a nail plate. It's different. Everybody has a different head.
Facts. Yep, that's
So,
true.
But wait a minute, we got to go with the customer service too.
that's it. Yeah.
He's got to be treating you A1.
Oh, no, I get beers all the time.
Yeah.
My guy.
That's good stuff.
Oh, look at my girl right here. What's up, D?
Let's go. All right, listen, Gus. So we talked about cutting. We talked about some clippers. We're talking about how there's a little bit of a change in the game as far as cutting hair, right? We're no longer just worried about fades and that. We're now actually worried about, hey, let's bring out some shears, finger angle accuracy. Are you able to bring up this hair all the way up? Are you texturizing, point cutting, thinning out? Like, the quality of shears has also stepped up to a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
And as a school, you've been able to be a part of that evolution and seeing that. How has that journey been for you as a school owner and leading your instructors to be able to educate that way?
Well, I always tell them that before these clippers were even invented, scissors was the tool.
Wow.
Right? Along with even the razor. They
Yeah,
would use stone, sharpened stones to razor or shave, the person. So we have to go back to the basics. If we really want to keep evolving as a barber and keep learning, it can't just be straight machine work.
Right.
Because what if the machine dies or you don't have the machine available? You have your shears and you have your razor.
Or the fact that we're doing combination haircuts now. It seems like, we're doing fades, but then they want to skin fade and then they want to crop on top. Those are like technically those are two complete different haircuts. At one point they were,
completely.
and now they're merged together into one. You know what I'm saying? So knowing how to bridge that gap is big, dude.
And that's why so many Cosmos now want to cross over to being a master barber.
Right, so that they could be a double threat. And kind of like you were mentioning earlier.
It's a big business.
Now they can do color, let that process. While they're doing that, they can go ahead and take care of a client and do a fade, a crop top, and then go back to the person's process. So they're double dipping.
Yeah, and just like you said.
Nothing wrong with that.
They're getting to the cheese,
just
man.
Like you said, as far as double dipping, though, because now a lot more men are putting color in their hair.
Oh, that's
It's not about.
It's
not
a
lot of women just doing it. A lot of men, like especially when we do these barber battles and we go to these barber events, a lot of them have these highlights.
Color his hair right now.
I mean, perfect example.
Come here, bro.
Come here. Let's see that.
This literally, you just said this.
Fanatico. Let's see what's this color.
If you really look at his hair, you know what I'm saying?
What kind of color is that?
He's got platinum.
What brand? What brand? You don't.
You know, but the fact that he actually does have it in his hair, you know, it just lets you know that, you know, the young generation is coming up with that, yeah.
And how do you cut the top? Who cuts the top for you?
You don't trim the top at all?
Hey, youngster, you're gonna learn just for men because you're gonna not color your hair that way anymore.
That's funny, man.
Yeah,
you know, it's so crazy that you bring that up, and then we got a prime example, and that's happening more than what we understand it.
Yeah.
And I think the industry is really shifting into a different direction, and I love that your school is able to be in the forefront of that and teaching this next generation that, hey, we're no longer just doing one specific style of cutting hair.
Right.
We're crossing over. We're doing combination haircuts. We're gonna grab a comb over with a high taper, or we're gonna grab a skin fade with a crop top on top. Like that's crazy, right?
And not only that, Ricky, I'm also gonna point this out. There's some barbers that they're really fast with cutting hair, so you can actually have a process going at the same time while you're cutting somebody's hair in 15, 20 minutes and get, like you said, double dipping, getting both.
Yeah, but the boards are changing too a lot, you know, and Gus could probably talk about that. You know, the states they're regulating a lot more now, and you know, the curriculum's changed quite a bit, you know, and it's still old school, but now modernized. And I think for like schools like you guys, you got to pivot a little bit and understand that it's not the same way as like the textbook used to read, but the law's the law, right? So it is what it is.
Yeah. How has that pivot been? Well, you mentioned earlier, I mean, maybe who knows when this pod is going to come out, but you guys just do barbering for now, but what's the goal?
Well, we're adding Cosmo, in the next couple of months. And we're also going to have the option of getting your restricted barber license. The people that don't want to deal with color, they'll be able to get the license with 600 hours.
Okay.
Instead of doing the whole.
Okay, so you're giving people different options, man. That's amazing because everybody's going to be at a different place and a different season. If somebody comes in for a Cosmo and then wants to, or is a barber and wants to transfer over to our Cosmo later on, is that something that the school is going to provide?
Well, there's no way that you could cross over because the master barber is the highest license that you can get.
Okay.
So the Cosmos are the ones that are able to cross over to get in their master barber license. And of course, if you have your restricted barber license, then you can move up to become a Cosmo or a master.
Oh, that's dope. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, listen, talk to us about what is the biggest show that Babyless is a part of?
Any show we're in.
Good one, real good one.
You know,
because I know Orlando, you guys go hard.
Yeah,
Orlando.
we do, but it's a different one. We're like they schedule CT a week from this weekend, so
yeah, we'll
it's
be
tough.
In CT. We'll be in CT as
so
well.
I think for me, that side of the business where you're talking to barbers, and it's a little different when you're talking about tools, right? So here, we're really big on Pro Tools, our flat irons, our dryers.
Yeah,
like that's what made our company what it was.
Right.
We didn't get in. We made a Forfex, man. That thing was a piece of shit. And until we made the skeleton, the 787 and the 870s, which is not a tool that sells a lot anymore. The 787 does. It does great because that body style, you know, Coco's replicated it. Everybody does that, you know.
It was a game changer. Though.
It was. I mean, it was. And Dennis did that. I mean, God bless him for that. And he's a stylist. He understands, and he ended up being a barber guy. So I think for me, any show we do that we can talk to people it's beneficial to us. But I think the more hometown shows, when we do like little events, I think to me that's a little more special. When we're in Orlando, bro, it's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
I mean, there's thousands of people, man. You should see our booth, man. It's 100 by whatever it is. And we had 22 pallets of product.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
So it is what it is. I mean, when we sit there and everybody in that booth knows about our brand. Everybody talks about what we do and how we do it. Our educators are the not only the best in the world, but they're just good people.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And they're just home people, and I love what I do, and I'm very blessed to be where I'm at. And thank God that I'm in a position where I'm at. But I believe in what we do, so you have to do that as a barber, as a young youth, as a business person. You have to believe in you, because that's where it starts. Yeah. And at the end of the day, at the school level, Gus, you know that. You got to let these kids get out of the world. And, we talked about dropout ratios of, graduations, like 85%. That's a great number. If you got 12 kids and 9 graduate, that's awesome.
That's big.
Mm-hmm. So
you're doing your job.
That's it.
Well, listen, man, to wrap it up, we're called Tabbtv3, talk about the barber business. And the reason why we put 3 is for the past, present, and future barber. If there's a piece of advice that you could share with them, anybody that's listening, for the past barber, the present barber, and the future barber that's thinking about becoming a barber, what would you say?
Just work hard. Believe in yourself. Don't ever doubt who you are. And if you do, then don't do it. That's what I say.
Listen, man, I don't got nothing else, man. That was good. You're good? I'm good. I'm good to go.
That's Hey, you guys got me on the fly right now. I didn't even know I was doing this. I was like, wow, what's up?
All I know is that, look, there's 4 of us here total, but you definitely did your thing tonight.
Oh, man. God bless you guys, man.
Hey, and,
Mike Magano is our head of education. I want to give him a big props right now because he set this whole event up. And
that's amazing.
My boy right there, too.
Let's go.
I just, we do this on a regular. We go through the country. I'm a national sales director for the company, and I really believe in what we do. And at the end of the day, you can't be a bullshitter.
Right.
And you can't bullshit yourself. And if you do that, then that's on you, because I've been through a lot in my life. Struggles are fucking real, and whether it's addiction or whatever it is you're doing, you got to get at it.
Absolutely.
Come on, man.
All good.
Amen.
Well, listen, man, I want to close out with that. And I also want to say thank you for being a part of this show.
Yeah,
thank you for supporting.
Anytime.
Gus, thank you for supporting Orlando, for being here today. You got a big show coming up, and here you are on a Friday, hanging out with a couple guys.
I've been on the road almost 4 weeks, man. I'm like tired right now.
I already know. Damn. So I just want to say I appreciate it, man.
No, I appreciate you guys. And the foundation starts here. And Gus, thank you, and God bless you for what you do to educate these kids, man. And thank you for having us.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys.
And thank you.
Hey, Tabbtv3, we're here, man. All right, let's close out. Thank you so much. You guys already know it's your boy Ricky Revamp with Tabbtv3. Let's go. Let's grow. Come on, man. We're about to start rapping any minute.